Hey guys, Mike Letterman here again. Today's lesson is going to be over DBF 05, Risk Management. The corresponding chapter in the Aviation Instructor's Handbook is number 9, and the title is the same name as today's lesson, Risk Management. I'm going to extend the learning opportunity and experience through individual analysis and my interpretation of risk management and its application to the aviation environment. This is going to be a continuation from DBF 04 using a medical or healthcare background to compare their method to possible aviation methods. The tools of risk management are checklists. And first we should go about defining what risk management is. And from the page 9-3 in the Aviation Instructor's Handbook, risk is defined as the probability and possible severity of accident or loss from exposure to various hazards, including injury to people or loss of resources. And furthermore, the principles of risk management, and I'll list a few here, are to accept no unnecessary risk, make risk decisions at the appropriate level, accept risk when benefits outweigh the costs, and to integrate risk management into planning at all levels. And I have several examples prepared, as you might see behind me, from from the medical environment. The tools of risk management are checklists, and as pilots at Embry-Riddle in this course, by now we are all proficient with the ones that Embry-Riddle provides. The elements which resonate with me as an aviator and a flight instructor are as follows. Risk management process overview, and I have an example here for number 1. Using a tracking tool, and in the medical business they use an Excel-based tool, which is basically their checklist. Then having a post-event guided brainstorming session, which can be a debrief, number 3. And then once identified, they evaluate the risks. And this would be what to do after a problem occurs or has been identified. My personal risk assessment is in development because this is such a complex topic, as well as so many various tools being available. So, long story short, my personal risk assessment matrix is ongoing at this time. Steps in the process of risk management in healthcare. And this is a published review by Ali Yawar Alam from the World Health Organization. He defines risk as a probability or threat of damage, injury, liability, loss that is caused by vulnerabilities that may be avoided through preemptive actions. Interactions of humans with health systems pose a threat to them mainly because of the complex technology, intensely complex procedures, high demand on services, time pressure, high expectations from the service users, hierarchical by nature of training and responsibilities. And with all of that coming together, the World Health Organization estimates that in developed countries, as many as 1 in 10 patients are harmed when receiving hospital care. And the predominantly underlying issues and causes for the medical errors are communication problems, inadequate information flow, human-related problems, organizational transfer of knowledge, staffing patterns of workflow, inadequate policies, and procedure and technical failures. The place where most of these problems occur in hospitals, and the incidents frequently stop when identifying human errors designated as practitioners as the cause of the event. So in other words, you fix the practitioner, you fix the problem. Furthermore, hindsight bias occurs when the investigators work backward from their knowledge of the outcome of the event. You might have an excellent example of this from Sully Sullenberger's movie where Tom Hanks played that character. Hindsight bias is the greatest dramatic operator in that film. Finally, organizational leaders must become system thinkers who demand in-depth analyses of safety concerns, replace punitive reactions to mistakes with an open environment, and proactively address any risks. There will be an opportunity to build safer healthcare organizations. However, there is no room for reckless behavior in the healthcare environment. So quickly, key concepts in risk management from a healthcare perspective can be defined as an organized effort to identify, assess, and reduce, where appropriate, risk to patients, visitors, staff, and organizational assets. Risk management is the best form, and it may be used in a proactive manner in identifying and managing the risks. However, in case an incident has happened, after the event handling, it should still be tackled in line with the risk management principles as outlined here. The review provides a concise material in risk management for healthcare professionals to quickly grasp the concepts in risk management and implement them in the healthcare organizations where they work. So on this page, you can see that the 5 basic steps for risk management are to 1, establish the context, 2, identify risks, 3, analyze those risks, 4, evaluate those risks, and then 5, treat and manage those risks. From there, we flow to number 2. We put them into proper context and give them a matrix score. So this is the treating and managing risks step. Context is very important in identifying the risk identification, or more simply, where is the risk occurring? And in this case, it could be the intensive care unit, operating room, or emergency room. And there are natural corollaries with the aviation environment as well. So this is an example of a risk management tool used in healthcare. Three, after we've identified the risks, we have to figure out what to do about it. And here we have the root cause analysis, and this represents a systematic approach to identifying the underlying causes of adverse occurrences so that effective steps can be taken to modify processes and prevent future losses. Brainstorming with a team of relevant and informed people still remains the best method to do root cause analysis. And here is an example of how that brainstorming session would go and how to track your process akin to a checklist in this event. After the risks have been identified, now we either accept the risk and do nothing more, or we treat the risk, and we have 3 more stages. We can control the risk, we can transfer the risk, or we can avoid the risk. The purpose of risk evaluation is to prioritize the risk based on risk analysis score from the risk matrix in step 2, and to decide which risks require treatment and the mode of treatment. Risk evaluation can be classified here. Okay, I've arrived at the conclusion of my video presentation. I hope that a glimpse into the healthcare realm of risk management generates some ideas on how you can develop your own personal risk management assessment. Thanks for watching. I've been Mike Letterman.